I haven't seen you in so long, so I was wondering, how's everything going? Are you still with him?
No, I'm not still. He's in jail right now, actually.
Oh, they still have him in jail.
Yeah, he's like under $155,000 bond. Yeah, he's got 4 charges on him. They're still trying to plead. Went to the grand jury in September, so that he's been indicted on felony charges. So now we have to wait to go to the grand jury to see what the sentence is going to be, or if we're going to go to trial.
And how you feel about that?
Going to trial?
The trial, just with everything in general.
Well, it's different. I mean, I guess you don't think about having to go to court.
Right. With your loved one.
Yeah, with somebody that you love. But I guess, when things out of hand, you got to do what you got to do. And that's just the end result of what happened, that he had to go to jail. Yeah. So I guess when he went to jail and he got the bond, it still hadn't hit me yet that he went to jail until I had to go and see him on one of the charges. We had to sign the paper for, what do you call it? Restraining order.
Restraining.
And that's when I saw him at court. And when I saw him at court, that's when I got scared. That night I wasn't scared, but when I saw him, I was scared. He was like a stranger there, like somebody attacked me in my home that I didn't know.
Yeah.
So when I went to court to see him, it's like I was about to vomit.
Sure.
I was getting butterflies in my stomach, and so that was a scary feeling. He was somebody I didn't know when I went to go see him. So yeah.
So when did the abuse first start? Did it start? Is that when you Just tell me when did
it didn't start then.
When did it first start?
I would say it first started probably was in November. That's the far back as I can remember, because it was Thanksgiving.
And how did he treat you?
Everything was fine. We had the trip to where he lived to go visit his family for the first time. But as we was going there, I don't know what happened. I think he was on the phone or something, and it sounded like he was talking to a girl. And
were you jealous because he was?
Yeah, because he was whispering.
Oh.
So I know he was talking to the girl.
So not so much jealous, but curious.
Yeah.
Who he was talking to.
Right. Yeah, he was. Curiosity.
Sure.
And just asking, who is that? Who is that? And he would never say. And I heard a word that he said. It was a nasty word. He said it low. So therefore, I knew he was talking to a girl. So when he got off the phone, I asked him about it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened. Just for me to ask, ticked him off. And
well, did he have a history of violence?
Not that I knew of at the time. I didn't know he had a history of violence until his kids told me that he did, or him himself told me that his mother was in an abusive relationship with his father, and then the father left.
Did his family know that he had a history of violence?
Yes, they know. They knew he was violent, but they didn't tell me though. So, one day we was in the bathroom, and the mother knocked on the door to tell us to stop arguing. Said she doesn't have this much trouble with her daughter when her and her husband are arguing. Said, I always have this problem with you. You always arguing, or you trying to beat up somebody in private. That's what she said.
Yeah.
And when she came, that's when she let me out the bathroom actually. And but yeah, she says, if that's who you want to be with, that's who you choose to be with. She says, she says he's got a temper. Domestic violence is the leading cause of injury to women, more than car accidents, muggings, and rapes combined. 55% of women are beaten, hit, kicked, or slapped by their husbands or boyfriends or their abuser. Most women who are abused are by somebody that they know.
Did the good times outweigh the bad times?
No. No, the good times didn't outweigh the bad times. I didn't have a lot of good times. I met him in July, and things happened in November. And things happened in December. So, every month something happened. And then we had a wedding ceremony in February that really didn't need to take place because, we had just got through arguing the day before. So, and then after we had the ceremony, then March came, and then, found out that the paperwork for the marriage license never got taken to the clerk of court to finalize the marriage. So when that happened, I just didn't take the paper to the courthouse myself. I just said, well, I don't know if I just said I'll just wait or we'll go together.
And you weren't happy at this point.
Right. I wasn't feeling it to seal the deal. So I just took it one day at a time. And then one day at a time turned to months at a time. And then it just became more physical. So it's like the 4 years that we were together, I could say the first 4 months was the good time. So, you still got the 3 years and something left. So every month something was happening. But it seemed like every 4 months is when it got real tough. Well, they got real physical. But not like this last one here. There might have been some shoving or somebody holding you real tight, or, they want to talk about, they want to smash your lips in if you say anything, so then you're quiet, and so they can talk, and then you're quiet, and then they wait for you to talk, and then you don't talk, and then you think you're getting smart if you say, can I talk? And so then something else will explode.
You're a prisoner.
Well, yeah. I stayed in a room mostly.
So I need you to tell young women, older women in general, how do they deal with a situation such as abuse? What do they do in a case like this? What is your advice to them?
Believe it or not, the thrift stores have hotlines. A lot of the thrift stores make their money through battered women's shelter. They have shelters for you to go to. The signs that you may have are they're belittling you. They're calling you names. They're talking about your weight, even if they talk about your family. They try to keep you away from your family. Some even tell you they don't want you to go to work. They don't want you to go to school to get an education. Anything that you want to do and he makes you say no is a form of an abuse. Anytime they put their hands on you is a form of abuse. Sexual abuse also, even when they raise their voice at your kids that's not their kids, also is a big one. Is a form of abuse. So I would, my advice to them would be just pick up on those signs, and it's up to you because nobody else can tell you. You have to get out of the relationship, or you have to back away. Whether you have to go to a friend's house or your relative's house and stay there for a couple of days. If you feel frightened that you have to go back, then you're in an abusive relationship and you didn't even know that you was in. Studies suggest that up to 10 million children witness some form of domestic violence annually. Stuff in here. There's so much stuff in here. I can't find my wallet. Now, I know I put it in here. I know I had the money and everything so that we could go to where we're going. Mama. And I know that What? Come on, let's go.
How come you didn't leave him when it first started?
How come you didn't leave? Everybody wants to know that one. How come you didn't leave? I couldn't tell you why I didn't leave. I just thought that I could change him. I thought I could take it back to the way it was. A teacher told me little girls when they grow up believe in fairy tales. And one of the fairy tales is Beauty and the Beast, or Snow White. Your prince is going to come and wake you up. Well, I didn't ever have nobody to come to wake me up, you know, because he had turned into the beast. And I figured that if I stayed with him long enough, I could change him back.
Sure.
But,
Was this
you know,
something that you grew up with? The fantasy of the prince, the perfect guy, so to speak?
Perfect guy? No. I didn't never believe in fairy tales. You know, I like watching Cinderella, but I didn't think that that would happen. You know, I didn't think there was somebody for me to make me feel like Cinderella. If you can understand what I'm saying, I don't think so.
So why do you believe in Beauty and the Beast?
Why do I believe in Beauty?
I guess what I'm trying to
because eventually he changed. He fell in love. I mean, she fell in love with him, and he fell in love with her. He tried to control her.
So you were living vicariously through a fairy tale. You weren't.
No, that's an effect. That's just like when somebody says you got bad wife syndrome. That's why you stay. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm believing in Beauty and the Beast. I'm just saying that's a syndrome.
DJ, if you had to do it all over again, if anything, what would you do differently?
Well, I think I probably would have stopped it from the beginning. I probably would have stopped it when he threw that beer on me. I would have took him home to his mother's house and I'd have left him there. That's always funny to me.
Cut!